Hi everyone, I'd hoped to speak to you in person, but here we are. I sincerely hope that you and your loved ones, friends, and neighbors are all safe and healthy. With the short time I have with you now, I want to convey the profound impact the Duke Neuroscience program has made on my life in the past 4 years. First, however, let me give you a little background as to how I got here. I remember as a second grader telling my parents that I had made up my mind about college and that I was going to attend Duke University. Now, why would somebody from Lincoln, Nebraska, who had no connection to Duke whatsoever, even want to come here? My parents never quite understood then, and I'm not sure they do even now. To their credit, however, they supported my far-fetched dream from the start. So much so, they let me apply early and binding to a school I had never even visited. When I received the acceptance letter, it was one of the happiest moments of my life. I actually had to refresh the page multiple times because I could not believe it. However, even though I'd known where I wanted to be for more than a decade, it did not make the transition to Duke any easier. I was moving to a campus, city, and state where I did not know a single soul. My entire support network was over 1,000 miles away, all of whom I had never been separated from for more than a week. Little did I know that the neuroscience major had already been providing me with support before I'd even walked on Duke's campus, in the form of the Neuroscience Focus program that I had the privilege to be a part of. Not only did I get to live with a group of my peers who cared about the same things I did, but Dr. Edna Andrews was the first person in my life who taught me to think for myself. As cliche as this sounds, this was a skill I did not develop in high school. I trusted every paper, every textbook I read. But Dr. Andrews' class forced us to question this and analyze neuroscience texts critically and form insights of our own. Surrounded by my incredible peers who knew so much, I couldn't help but feel inadequate, questioning my place at Duke constantly. But Dr. Andrews' class gave me the academic confidence that I could excel in whatever I set my mind to. This even gave me the confidence to boldly email my future PI, Dr. Keefe, who's conducting research on schizophrenia, which is what I came to Duke to study. The Neuroscience Focus program was just the beginning of the wonderful mentorship I would receive during my stay at Duke. After feeling defeated from a brutal year of cutthroat pre-med classes, I couldn't help but question if I was smart enough to pursue a career in medicine. I didn't feel any purpose in my big lecture classes. I didn't feel like I was contributing or that I was even growing as a person or a learner. This quickly changed after taking Dr. Neufer's Contemporary Methods in Neuroscience course during my sophomore year. This class changed the way I think about learning. Working in a collaborative team environment helped me and my teammates learn from each other and work together to solve problems that none of us could have solved alone. Not only did we have support from our classmates, what was amazing was that Dr. Neufer collaborated with other labs at Duke to visit and see firsthand the techniques and instruments described in our text. This further reinforced the actual concepts being taught in the class, and the learning became much more interesting than just regurgitating course material. In my next 2 years, I sought out every team-based learning class I could find. Looking back, the one that sticks out the most in my mind was functional neuroanatomy with Dr. White. Dr. White's class was by far the most challenging course I've taken at Duke, but it's also the one I learned the most from. I not only learned from Dr. White, but so much from the amazing peers in the class. I was shocked that in a class I had been dreaming of since my freshman year in college, I was struggling with after the very first week. I quickly learned that I would not be able to manage this class by myself, and found myself spending every Thursday night in dibs with students, most of whom had already mastered the material, but stayed to help me and others understand it and to push each other to learn more. I experienced this type of collaboration and dibs in the classroom and in every support system the Neuro Major has provided me, including in the Neuroscience Majors Union. I have had the great privilege to serve as the president of NMU for the past year, and it's been the most humbling experience of my senior year. From every trivia night, every flunch, every ice cream social, professional panel, I have met the most amazing people who are just genuinely interested in learning about the human brain. One of our events early on this year was just a casual information session for the first years to learn more about the major. We quickly filled a giant lecture room in dibs, and I remember thinking about how rare and amazing it is to have 5 professors stay back after 5 p.m. just to help and advise first-year students to have a better experience. And that was not a one-time thing. We've consistently had faculty support at every single event we've put on. They not only show up, but are more than excited to engage with all the students. Even after failed events, I always received support from my mentors who pushed me to re-strategize and come up with something even better. Again, this level of dedication and support from faculty in neuroscience is only matched by that of the students. I have seen this with the growth of our neuroscience mentoring program, which has reached a record number of 80 participants this year, comprised of mostly seniors who just wanted to help people navigate the many opportunities neuroscience affords. In summary, throughout each one of my weaknesses, I was supported by the neuroscience faculty and peers and nurtured by the culture of helping others in this program. And what is remarkable is that my experience is not unique. I've heard my story repeated by many peers. What is unique, however, is the Duke Neuroscience program. I honestly believe that the support and mentorship in this program is unparalleled and cannot be found in any other school. Although I'm sad I have to let go of the institution which gave me the peers and mentors who cared so much about the same things I did for the first time in my life, I'm excited to see the diverse ways the 2020 Duke Neuro grads are going to shape the world. Just to wrap up my journey to Duke, I told you that I dreamt of coming to Duke in second grade. What I didn't tell you is that I wanted to be a vet. When I found out later in middle school that there was no veterinary science program at Duke, I no longer wanted to be a vet. To this day, I still don't truly understand my need to go to Duke, but I don't think I could have ever imagined a better outcome than the one I've received from the neuroscience program. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart the Duke Neuroscience Department, my countless mentors, Dr. Newfer, Dr. White, Dr. Keefe, Dr. Andrews, my peers in neuroscience, my friends, and Duke University for making my childhood dream come true. I want to give a special thanks to Bruce and Martha Karsh for taking a chance on me and providing me with the funding to attend Duke. Thank you.